Hey, what's going on YouTube? Joe here from Metafish. So the video I'm about to show you is old footage. It's from about September 5th of this year. And hey, what's going on YouTube? Joe here from Metafish. So the video you're about to watch is some older footage. It was recorded about September of this year, probably early September, late August, and it's from my Guppy pond bring-in. So what I ended up doing is setting up a 100-gallon pond outside. I dug it a little bit into the dirt, hopefully to hold a little bit more heat, but the temperature was fluctuating quite a bit nighttime to day. So here in Michigan, it gets cold pretty quick, so that pond got all the way down to about 55 degrees at least. I remember recording 55 for sure. And the guppies did fine in that pond, and they reproduced like crazy. You can see the outcome of that pond behind me here. And the plants did amazing. Hornwort, Valsinaria, they did great. I didn't really plant any crazy plants. I wanted some easy plants. The hornwort just looked amazing. So did the Val. It was growing so good with the natural sunlight. And since then, I brought everything indoors and I planted everything in this 100-gallon tank behind me. I've already given away probably 80 guppies out of this tank. A lot of them went to a school, as well as some of the Valsinaria, so they could do their own science experiments. So really excited that I could do that. And sold a few guppies out of this tank. They're really pretty. They're red muck guppies basically. They're all a little bit different. So I just want to get this video out there for you guys. Hopefully you enjoy it. It's kind of what it takes to bring the pond indoors or outdoors back to indoors. And what you see is only a fraction of the time that it took to clean the gravel. Hair algae was a big problem for me out there. And it's probably due to me only doing about 3 real water changes. I do about 50% water change, and I do it just with a hose that's outside. But with all the plants in there, the nitrates never got high, the fish never suffered, I never had dead fish. So it was a really great experience. I love growing fish outdoors, and for the most part they ate mosquito larvae. I would feed the pond flake food, I don't know, once every 3 or 4 days, mostly for myself when I remember, just to see what's in the pond, see what kind of fish would come to the surface, because I was interested to see what they looked like. Because they were all hiding in the Valsinaria and hanging out in the bottom. And I really had no idea how many guppies I had in that pond, but it was hundreds. I started with 9, and at the end of the year there was hundreds in that pond. And I bet there's hundreds behind me still right now, growing in this 6-foot 100-gallon tank. So hopefully you enjoy the video, and I didn't say it at the end of the video, so please like, comment, subscribe. It would mean the world to my channel. Those small little things make a world of difference for a YouTube channel just starting to grow up. So without further ado, here's the little video of me having the camera on my head, and many more videos to come. I got some good footage from Georgia Aquarium, some other little projects I've been working on, how to set up some airline and do PVC work, even though that's already been done on the internet. I just want to show you my take on it and what I've learned and attempted after watching other YouTube videos. So I'll let you guys go. Enjoy the video. So I just wanted to show you guys the process of what I'm going through here with this pond and all these little baby guppies. So I got some Valsinaria here in the bucket. We're going to use this for collecting the gravel. So I've already cleaned this amount of gravel. Let me throw this on my head. Hopefully you guys can see exactly what I see. So this is basically the process. So I've already collected these guppies here, and it's a long drawn out process. So right now I'm going to get some more gravel to plant some of the plants inside. So I'm just trying to get gravel in here, and I've already scooped out at least 200 guppies out of this pond. So first off, I got an extra hose here. I'm going to fill this bucket up with water because I know there's going to be little baby guppies. So we'll at least get some water going here. So this is kind of the process I'm going through. Just take a scoop of gravel, dumping that in. And I didn't think this pond was going to be this much work to clean out. But I'm trying to save all the plants, all the little babies. So that should be enough water there. Put that back in. That's alright, we'll grab a few scoops here. Look at all the guppies. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's alright. They'll be fine. We'll take them in. I could have hand-picked those ones, but those were big ones. Sometimes there's just little ones. So this needs to be cleaned quite a bit. I gotta get all that stuff out of here. So this is what takes so long for me. Make sure there's no guppies in here. I'm gonna throw out quite a few of the rocks because it's stuck in all that hair algae. But we'll clean all that up. So a couple more scoops should do it. I just need one more 5-gallon bucket to plant some plants tonight, and we'll call it a night. It's already getting pretty late. So I can't really see in the pond any better than you can. I'm just taking scoops, trying to get some gravel off the bottom. There's a couple little guppies in there. So yeah, that should be enough gravel there. And then I come over here. I'm going to take the first siphon. Let's see, where's my other net? So there's Bo. And here is the valve that I need to sort through and clean up and get planted into these buckets tonight, because my 100-gallon tank's already absolutely full of plants. So just that much gravel. It really wasn't that much off the bottom. So I'll take the first siphon of water off here. Let all the fish fall in there. Come on. There we go. That should be most of them. I don't want all this junk either, so hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing here. Release these little guppies one by one. So I think this is the stuff that you don't get to see that often. The hard-working side of the fish room, but this is fun. I mean, especially since I'm getting all these extra fish. Can't believe how many guppies. There's a little teeny tiny one. Oop, there we go. I'm doing this right over the bucket too, just in case one of them jumps. There's a little tiny one. Let's save our gravel. So that wasn't that many guppies, but I got a feeling there's still some in that bucket without water right now. So let's refill the bucket and then siphon it off again, make sure there's no more fish. So I siphon it 2 or 3 times before I really stir it up and try to clean the gravel. Or at least that's been my process so far. So now I can pick through it a little bit while I see things. A lot of gunky hair algae. I mean, I know it smells like a lake, that's good for the fish, but it's not good for me to take inside and have to deal with. And I'm sure I'll get some of the hair algae inside, but I don't want it to get out of control. I want it I want to be able to manage it, pull it out as needed. So that should be enough. Let's do siphon number 2. And I'm going to stir these rocks just a little in case any guppies were trapped. There's a big chunk of hair algae. Alright. There's an earthworm I saw. So that might be it. There might not be any extras. Usually I get 1 or 2 on the second and third siphon. So I'm sure I could feed this guy to a fish, but I don't know about earthworms. Something like that. I mean, I was feeding them a couple years ago, but I'm trying to keep any parasitic, anything that could possibly carry a disease or parasite away from them. I know I'm bringing outside fish in, but all my tanks are individual water systems. They don't share a central sump or anything. And especially with some of my cichlids like my Tropheus, I'm a little bit more cognizant of that. But, alright, I'm going to do it one more time just to make sure. But yeah, surprisingly, must have got all the... There really wasn't that many fish in that batch. A lot of bigger ones for some reason, but I think I finally gotten to the point where I've gotten most of the fish out of this pond. So I should have it finished up to tomorrow or the next day. Tomorrow's a busy day with the kids' school. They both have after-school activities. I'm just feeding my 73, I counted them yesterday, 73 tanks. That takes, depending on if I'm doing any extra filter cleanings, at least 40 minutes. So 40 minutes to an hour and a half, depending on what extra stuff I'm doing. Or if I notice any fish laid eggs or are breeding and need to be stripped for the cichlids, for the mouth brooders. So it all adds up. Time works against you, especially trying to make these YouTube videos. But hopefully I'm getting some kind of a rhythm going here. Feels like it, at least. So yeah, no more guppies, so that's perfect. But this is what I'm going through. This has been the best batch so far. All the guppies came with the first siphon off of the water. So yeah, talk to you guys next time. Hopefully you enjoyed this. And yeah, more to come on the guppy move-in.